The loopout, the natural enemy of the mountain biker. Its most common prey is the weak and vulnerable newbies. They have not yet developed the skills needed to avoid this treacherous creature, as a result often falling prey to the beast. It leaves the confidence in tatters, the newbie is left a shaking mess. And although the loopout preys on newbies, the more experienced mountain biker is not immune. Often roaming in packs, it will wait until they stop paying attention and then it strikes. The experienced rider is left with no dignity and a bruised ego. The pack will now disown him and he will be left to wander the trails on his own.
So if you don't know how to wheelie and you end up on your ass far too often, fear not. Dave here from ADV Biking, and today this might just be the video that solves all of your problems. So stick around and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about how to wheelie. So the first thing you need to know about the wheelie is dropping your chest and pulling with straight arms to get that front wheel up. Drop your chest down, pull with straight arms to get that front wheel into the air. Next up, we have the pedal kick. So actually using your pedals and driving that front wheel up into the wheelie. So it's very important where your cranks are in this position. If they're all the way at the bottom and you put power through, you're not going to get that front wheel very high. If it's mid-range, you're also not going to get it very high. So the pedal kick angle from there is not going to get the front wheel up into the wheelie position. So ideally you want it at the top of the stroke, maximizing putting the most amount of power, driving your front wheel up and getting you into the wheelie. Largest pedal kick angle is what's going to drive and get you into that wheelie position. Next up is finding the ideal saddle height to use for this technique. And it's all about understanding where your body is in relation to your rear axle. So for an extended saddle, you'll see there the smallest tip angle means that you're not going to tip very quickly from that position, but there's a big ass to axle, so when you do start tipping, you'll tip quickly. With the dropped saddle, you'll see now that the largest tip angle means that you're going to tip very quickly, but there's a small ass to axle ratio, so you'll start tipping a little bit slower over backwards. Ideally, mid-range saddle for this technique, middle tip angle, middle ass to axle ratio. Ideally start to learn and practice this technique. Now it's about covering your ass and covering your brakes while doing this technique so you don't loop out backwards. Ideally, we're not looking for on-off braking that's going to throw you forward and backwards like that, and it's going to be hard to learn to do this technique. Ideally, you want to learn to modulate your brakes, so finding where that modulation point, finding where your brake's engaging and feathering it from there. Ideally, one finger braking, two is great, but never more than two. Now, the age-old question of how to stay centered once you've actually got that wheelie going. A combination of pedaling and braking will keep you within your front to back range. So pedaling will pick your front wheel up and braking will drop it down if you start tipping over backwards. Your side to side range, that's corrected by turning your handlebars. Turning right will start steering you to the right. Turning left will start steering you to the left. Opening your hips into the technique will also be used as a counterbalance to kind of correct yourself once you start falling over sideways. Understanding where your center line is also very important. If your center line shifts off of line, you're going to have to use these techniques to counterbalance and get yourself back within range. Now, it's about finding your balance point and finding your zen within that wheelie, sitting back and getting weightless and sitting into that technique. But you have to make sure you're sitting into the technique properly, because if you don't sit into the technique, you're going to drive that front wheel up, but you won't get to the balance point. As soon as you sit back into the technique, you're going to find that balance point. It's going to feel real nice and comfortable, feel nice and weightless, so sit back into the technique. The very important question of where to be looking. So once you're in the wheelie, where should you be looking? Keep your chin up, make sure you're looking ahead, tracking the trail ahead of you. As soon as you drop your chin, it's going to drop that front wheel straight down. So if you can get to the wheelie, but you keep dropping the front wheel, this might be your problem. So make sure you're looking ahead, tracking the trail forward, very important. Guys, basic, but such an important tip. Don't forget to breathe. Use all that explosive power, you contract your body, you get that front wheel up, and then you forget to breathe. Relax, take a deep breath, and don't forget to subscribe. So, where should you be practicing your wheelie? Ideally, grass is your friend. So find somewhere safe and low risk that you can use to practice. You don't want to loop out on concrete. It's not the funnest, it's not a good time, your coccyx is gonna hate it. So, also, find a slight uphill, a slight incline. Your front wheel is already directed upwards, so it's easier to find that balance position from a slight incline. Whereas if you're going downhill, your front wheel is a little bit further from that balance point, so it's a bit harder to find that position. So ideally, a nice flat area or slight incline works great. The age-old question, clips or flats? Flats are ideal for learning to wheelie because you can abort mission really quickly. If you loop out, you can get your feet out sideways, learn on flats, and progress to clips later. Progression and reps. Rome wasn't built in a day, so start small and progress and learn your wheelie from the ground up. Pick that front wheel up and drop it down with a back brake. Repeat that a bunch of times until you get comfortable and you can pick that front wheel up into your balance point. Once you've done that, find yourself a trail side buddy. Somebody you can use as a reference point and then practice to see how far you can actually wheelie. So find that marker, wheelie to a certain point, and just try aim for distance. Keep that front wheel up for as long as possible. Gear choice. So what gear should you be learning to wheelie in? Too hard a gear, you're gonna really struggle to get that front wheel up. It's gonna be hard to drive that front wheel up. to lighter gear, you're going to be spinning out, it's going to look frantic, and you might end up looping out or not even getting up the wheelie up either. So a nice mid-range gear, something that once you get to that balance point, it's nice and easy to maintain, and then you can kind of be a clown afterwards. The balance point is a scary thing, so commitment is a real problem. So you might not be committing and sitting back into that balance point of the wheelie. Make sure that you are relaxed, commit, sit back into the technique, it'll all feel comfortable once you get there. The formidable beast and every wheelie enthusiast's worst nightmare, the loop out. Sometimes it happens so fast that you just end up on your back, coccyx in tatters. It's just a horrible time. So what can we do to prevent it? Ideally, what you want to do is you want to try run it out, get your feet out sideways and backwards. Ideally with the loop out, you want to be trying to land on your feet to minimize your damage. So feet out sideways, try slide off the back of the saddle. The wheelie looks cool, but it also has some other cool applications. It's great for balance, it's great for learning to modulate your brakes, and it's the precursor to its bigger cousin, the manual. So get to practicing. The most common mistakes that I see all the time with the wheelie is bending your arms, bringing your chest to your bar, it'll drop that front wheel straight down, and make sure you're looking ahead and not straight down. Now that you've absolutely mastered the wheelie, what's next? You can learn to coast a wheelie, which is when you stop pedaling midway through the wheelie and just kind of ride it out, or its bigger cousin, the manual, also a really cool one, will impress your mates. I'll pop that video on the screen for next time. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments below, and I hope to see you soon.